Hello everyone and welcome back to my Kerbal Space Program series, and I'm already butchering the intro in the last super long episode, which I keep forgetting to cut these a little short. We did a whole bunch of stuff, including achieving our first orbit. It took a little while, because I had the funds limiter on. I really should have started with science mode as opposed to career, but anyway, in this episode, I'm going to give you a little bit more info about contracts. You can actually dismiss these contracts without any ramifications at all, so any of the visual survey missions I'm getting rid of, because they are annoying because you have to get over a very certain spart, that's an interesting thing. The science from around Kerbin is actually extremely easy to get, and works out very well with this place satellite in equilateral orbit. Unfortunately, this one wants you to put it really far into orbit. 11 million meters? That's a lot of money for it, but I don't know if I can send any probe that far yet. I might be able to, but anyway, we're going to go ahead and dismiss the contracts for testing engines as well. And again, no visual surveys. We don't want visual surveys, no matter what. We do not want visual surveys in specific orbit that is very similar to equilateral orbit, and if I build my probe correctly, I could probably achieve equilateral orbit and then get specific orbit. It would literally just require dropping my apoaps 400,000 meters, Jesus, and my periaps a little bit low. Alright, we're going to dismiss this. We're going to dismiss testing the radial power chute that high. I said dismiss it. There you go. The Poodle engine in flight over Kerbin, it's iffy. I'm not testing a fuel booster orbiting. Rescuing these guys gives you decent money, but it's extremely hard for a beginner, so I'm not going to do it, but I'm not going to decline it because it's great money. Not going to test the Sepatron in orbit. Last time I did that, bad things happened. Hydraulic detachment manifold splashdown. That is actually very easy. Radial decoupler orbiting. Gonna get rid of that. I'm not testing that booster in suborbital trajectory. It'll send me on escape velocity. Again, not doing that. Poodle engine orbiting Kerbin, I might do. Small gear bay. I'm not gonna do that orbiting, no. And again, let's get rid of these visual survey missions. Just trying to get missions that are really easy, that you could earn a lot of money with. And this could take a lot of time, so I'm cutting this out, so that way you don't have to see it. Besides, oh wait, I already have 2 active contracts anyway. LV-909 in flight. I thought I dismissed that, and honestly, I am dismissing it now, because I'm not doing those flight over Kerbin unless they're very easy. Okay, so it looks like I've been trying for about 5 minutes, I'm not gonna get anything else other than these, so what we're going to do is we're going to keep hydraulic detachment manifold as our first mission, because it's really easy, and science data from the space around Kerbin, that will easily tie into placing a satellite in equilateral orbit, so we're gonna do both of those at the same time. Alright, and now, this is going to be my first unmanned launch, hopefully. Do I have Yes, I do. Now, this thing does not have stability assist, but it's really light and it's inexpensive. So, it does, however, require electricity to run, and I do not have access to solar panels yet. So, we're just going to fit this thing with a crap ton of batteries. And I plan on recovering this thing, but I can't put a parachute there, so I have to do something that's going to look pretty stupid. What we're going to do is we're going to place a girder here, and then ones on either side. That is way too much, no. Alright, now let me just get it centered. This is my first unmanned one, which is why I'm showing the build process. Normally, I will finish the build process and then show you it. So that way you guys just don't have to watch it, because it can get pretty boring. Oh, I forgot. Can I do radial? There we go. Put 2 radial parachutes on there. Cheat. Alright, so that is what is going to be fine. So I need to test the hydraulic detachment manifold while splashdown. That's actually pretty easy. All we need is a solid fuel booster, but I also want the inline reaction wheel, so that way I can actually turn. I could put MechJeb on here, but I'll show you that later. Alright, now, engines. Give me a solid fuel booster, because it's really all I need to do this. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to put something light on either side. Probably a very small fuel tank. One that, these will work well because they can very easily be placed on the side here. So we're going to get both of those. These guys, what they are is they're basically decouplers that push stuff down, I believe. They are more expensive though, and they do have a decent amount of mass. So, we're going to go to the FT something whatever fuel tanks. We're going to put these on the hydraulic detachment manifolds. And right now we're just going to title this thing Test. Whoa, I misspelled everything. Test Probe. Now the good thing about this is if I crash it, I just lose money. I don't lose Kerbals. And I normally don't like launching at night, so as long as we're not losing too much electricity by doing this, we're going to go ahead and fast forward to the day. There we go. And we are going to go ahead and make sure we don't have our staging messed up, because that was silly of me. Alright, and we are just going to head straight for water. Right away. I forgot to add aerodynamics to this, so this is going to be fun to control. I'm already not controlling it very well. I am controlling this very poorly. There we go. Too far. Oh god, I'm not gonna make it. Well, that sucked. That was horrible because I accidentally tested a detachment manifold. Oh, I should probably put wings on this next time, so let's just go ahead and time accelerate through this. But hey, they splash down, which is very important. Come on, deploy for me. Okay, I will definitely survive this impact, so... Oh, wow, this thing took quite a bit of electric charge. Your probe will die if it runs out of charge, and after that, even if you do eventually get electric charge to it again, like through solar panels, you'll not be able to control it. It'll be dead in space. Which is just a very fun time, don't you agree? Alright, I'm going to meet you guys back at the launch pad with a modified design that I'll be able to control and thus actually detach these manifolds above the well, in the water. Holy crap, look at those things spazzing out. Probably place them a little bit further apart, shouldn't I? Yay, I can recover almost all of it. I'll meet you guys back at the launch pad. Okay guys, I have made some minor design changes. I have added 3 wings, don't mind the fact that they're slightly clipping through the fuel tanks. I've also switched the radial parachutes to the fuel booster, and gotten rid of those 2 other girders, because it saves a little bit of mass and makes it a little bit more aerodynamically stable. And I completely forgot to redo the staging, because I am a silly person. Fire! Move off to this direction. And now we wait for the fuel booster to run out. Notice how much more stable it is now? I love it. We're just going to go completely horizontal here. We're losing a bit of height, that's fine. Don't want to lose height too quickly, otherwise we will splash into the water at ridiculous speed. And I'm going to have to deploy a chute now. There we are. Where's my other chute? Because I forgot to put them away from the hydraulic detachment manifolds. There we go. We're coming in a bit hot, but I think we should be fine. Hopefully we'll be fine. If not, I'll be quite irritated. God damn it! I need another parachute. I'll meet you back on the launch pad. Okay, flight number 3 for testing this. I have added the Mark 16 parachutes on top of each of these fuel tanks. And yeah, hopefully that will work better. Anyway, I did not do the staging right yet again. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Rockets fire, then the parachutes will go, and then the hydraulic detachment manifolds will go. Okay. Let's do it correctly this time, and this time not come in a bit too steep. Want to gain a little bit of height first, just to make this thing a little bit more controllable. Probably should have had breakfast before this, actually. Hey, there's some debris over there. Coming in a little bit too low, so let's go ahead and increase our height a little bit. Yeah, this thing does not provide a lot of torque, the little probe body, so I needed to put that inclined reaction wheel there. Otherwise, this thing would not be able to turn. Alright, now let's fire off those parachutes. Now, if 4 parachutes is enough to bring this down without everything breaking apart, I have no idea what is. Might need to go with a very slightly less complex build. Alright, we're going at 7.7 meters per second. That should be more than enough for this thing to withstand. Just waiting for it to fall. I really hope this is enough, otherwise I gotta add more radial parachutes. Come on. I've been losing money with these launches. I can't afford to be losing money. Well, the fuel tanks fell off, but the hydraulic detachment manifolds are still there, so I could technically test them splash down. There we go! So you really don't even need anything attached to these to perform this mission. So, I have no idea how much money I gained from that. Let me recover the vehicle, because it's bouncing and I can't really click it. There we go. Oh, I accidentally clicked Space Center instead of Recover Vehicle. That's annoying. Alright, we are going with the test probe, recovering it. And how much money are we getting back? Nearly as much as I put into it. Losing those fuel tanks hurts. But yeah, we need to, now that we've got that done... Actually, no, that with the amount of money I lost in total during that mission barely gave me anything. Yeah, it only gave me 3,000. That basically just covers what I lost. Which is irritating. But we got it, so... the S1... if I test that in flight over Kerbin like that, I'm gonna go into escape trajectory, honestly. We're going to accept getting this science data, and getting a... where is it? Oh my gosh, there it is. And getting this into equilateral orbit, because I believe I could do this. Veritably easily. Let's go ahead and just do a completely new build, and I will see you guys when I've gotten a build, because I don't want to show you guys this. Never mind. I completely forgot I don't have solar panels yet, and I kind of need solar panels to be able to do this. Because otherwise my probe will run out of electric charge, and I need it to stay having plenty of electric charge, and I don't have the science needed to get it. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to take the Exploring the Mun mission, I believe. So it means we gotta lose... Holy crap, that's a lot of money for failure. Alright, so what we're going to do here is very simple. We're just going to launch a rocket into a tall enough orbit to the point where we'll be in space over Kerbin, but I will not be orbiting it. So that way I can just get the science data from around it, and then we'll be good. So, alright. And all I need for that is a crew report. It doesn't matter if you're not getting a lot of science for it, honestly. So you should be fine no matter what. Alright, let's just place a couple batteries on here to ensure I have enough electricity to make the transmission. And yeah, pretty much all you need for this to work is a Communitron and some batteries. We're also going to place mystery goo containers on here just in case, because you never know when you can earn some free science. Now, I'm not going to show you the rest of this build. I will see you on the launch pad and explain the build. Okay, we are on the launch pad, and I did not add support struts to this. I don't know why. This thing is going to wobble and be uncontrollable, but I'm going to try it anyway. Basically, all I've got here is a solid fuel booster and 2 solid fuel boosters. They should all be firing at the same time. And then, yeah, everything decouples, and then the parachute falls back to the ground. Basically, what I want to do here is, well, make an escape trajectory, and if I find myself going too high, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to jettison everything, and then let inertia carry me higher. So, let's do this! Whoa, that is a lot of acceleration very fast. Whee! I'm already sure I've done the goo here, so there is no science to be had. Now, we just need to be in space around Kerbin, so we can't be in too high of an orbit. That's very important. Alright, once we jettison these, I'm going to see what my projected periapse, or apoapse rather, is, and then, depending on how high it is, I'm just going to jettison everything. Whee! Okay. Things have exploded. Fantastic. Take a look at the fuel. Running out of it, actually. And will we make it to space? Yes, we will, apparently. Very high up into space. There we go. And now with that, inertia should carry me deep, relatively deep into space. Now we are losing some height here because we're still fighting against the atmosphere, but we should make it. And we should very easily be able to complete that mission, so let's time accelerate until we are through the atmosphere. And we are just waiting here. There we are, we are through the atmosphere, so let's go ahead and observe some goo. Barely get any science, but do a crew report, and even though we're not getting any science, we're going to transmit the data, and that should finish our mission. There we go, and boom. Even though that gave us almost no science, we have completed our mission. And we got $66,000 from that. Well, Kerbal dollars. We also gained 5 science. That's pretty cool. Alright, so basically, we're just stuck in orbit and waiting for, us to hit the periapse, or apoapse, rather. So, yeah. How are you? I can go on EVA. I completely forgot it. Apparently, I made that addition to the astronaut complex, so let's go on EVA, and go ahead and get an EVA report from space just above Kerbin shores. We're going to keep that, and we're going to reboard the capsule. The reason you want to save, because if you get spun around and you don't know how to use the Kerbal's EVA system to get yourself back, then you could find your Kerbal lost in space. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and review my stored data, and I might as well send it just in case. If Ronzer Kerman is killed here, I would have liked the science to have been sent. So, we're just going to go ahead and time warp until we are back into the atmosphere, right here. We are back in the atmosphere, and let's see if we can get any science from the goo. I doubt it. Very, very, very mildly, extremely little. And we're going to land on a mountain, so that's more science. Well, according to this, we're going to land on a mountain. I'm not sure if we'll make it to the mountain. We are coming in extremely steep. Oh no, we're not going to come in on the mountain. We're going to splash down, which is just fun. So let's just go ahead and accelerate until we are past the re-entry effects. And we are now dealing with Mach effects. Wait for those Mach effects to go away. Deploying parachute. And now we wait. That's weird. Alright, we are at that height where it is no longer safe to simply time accelerate. We're pretty close to the mountain. I could run my Kerbal over there, but that would take a while. Alright, we're about down. I have to cut my chute at about 200 meters because it fired at about 750. So, this part's so much fun, right? I should probably stop showing the re-entries because they're honestly kind of boring. Alright, we have made it. We have transmitted scientific data back, and we have gotten free money. Boom. Observe the mystery goo, although I'm pretty sure I've done this. Nope, I can get science from here. Sweet. And a crew report. Can I also get EVA report? Because I think I'm in the grasslands, right? Yep, I'm in the grasslands. I don't have the ability to get soil samples yet, so all that is moot. But I got some extra science out of this, which is always good. It's not going to be enough to get the next thing that I need, but it's pretty good. Our funds are shooting up now. Ronzer Kerman has gained experience. I love that. Now, I have no idea what to do next, honestly. Let's just go ahead and recover this debris, even though it doesn't get us any money. I just, like the clutter not being there. And our current mission is equilateral orbit. That's easy enough. And go again, get rid of these visual survey missions. Scientific data from the space around Kerbin. That's, again, very easy. I can do that twice. And, yeah, basically, overall, I want to try to get enough science to get electric so that way I get a space probe that can stay in orbit. The reason I want a probe that can stay in orbit is because you see these science missions from space around Kerbin? They turn up fairly often, don't they? Well, when they turn up that often, and you already have a satellite in orbit around Kerbin, well, then you can very easily, like, say, attach a mystery goo or a thermometer or whatever, and even if you're not going to get any science from it, you can transmit it back and get free money. And that's basically what I want to do. However, we have about 5 minutes left in this episode, and I don't think I can actually get any of these without actually going to the Mun. And now that we have an active contract available... no, we don't. Oh, I took the science experiment. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly go ahead and redo exactly what I did off screen, and I will see you guys in the vehicle assembly area with a little extra money, and I will show you guys the rocket I plan on taking to the Mun, assuming it's not too many parts. Alright, I have completed that mission, and now I've got 315,000, which is very nice. Now, if I wanted to upgrade the R&D, I could just continually refreshing until I get these missions, but that's a bit boring, and I want to get to the point where I can position satellites to do these missions for me, where I don't have to constantly relaunch and spend money. So, one thing I'm going to do, besides accidentally clicking on the vehicle assembly building, if I could restart my timer, that'd be great, and since I have the money to do it, I can upgrade the vehicle assembly building to give me basic action groups and allow me to support many more parts, which means I will be able to make it to the Mun very easily. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cut away the building of the Mun rocket. So I will see you guys in a small amount of time. Okay guys, now, oops, if I can avoid bumping into my microphone. This is what is the Mun lander. Now, hopefully it's a lander, but I have built it with enough redundant fuel so that if I cannot land it, I can bring it back relatively safely. Now, I'm using a very similar to the design to what I was using in the test flights for getting space science from space around Kerbin. Using 3 of the globes with one of the Rockamax underneath it, and those are all pushing what is the Mun module, and that is a big Rockamax fuel tank, a medium Rockamax fuel tank, and an LV909 engine with a stacked decoupler there, 3 Science Juniors with a ton of batteries put on top. Since I don't have fuel lines yet, they're not going to feed directly into this tank, so I'm going to have to manually shift fuel around, which I'll show you to do before ending this episode. And I have a stacked decoupler here, so I could ditch the excess weight once I am done doing the fuel, because, honestly, having the extra weight will kill. And then I have an incline reaction wheel right here, decoupler, and my command module, which I did not put any form of communication on. I should probably do that. I also didn't put any mystery goos on here, which is another fatal design flaw. I only need 3, so what I'm going to do is put 1 here, 1 here. Let's go ahead and do that. And if all goes well and I land properly, I will have no need of a ladder, so I can put another mystery goo container right there. Let's go ahead and resave that. So yeah, we have science, we have communications, we have power, we have fuel. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and quickly hit the launch pad with this just to show you a couple things about this. I could also show you the action groups, and honestly I don't have much use for action groups right now. And it's a bit top heavy, so it's going to wobble a little bit, which is unfortunate. But anyway, if we hit shift and that, we can... where is it? Or is it alt? I know there is a shortcut to be able to transfer fuel. I just completely forgot how to do it. It might be under... setting. I'll figure it out, but you can transfer fuel from one container to another. I know you gotta click on it. Huh. You can also choose not to burn the fuel in something, but that's not useful. Anyway, go ahead and deploy the landing gear that I have. It's a little unorthodox, but I should put one more landing gear back here. Basically, because of the wide base, I want it to have as many legs as possible. And I know they're off-center, but I can fix that later. And next episode, we're going to the Mun. I will see you guys then. If you guys liked the video, please make sure to leave me a like, make sure to leave me a comment, guys, and hopefully we'll go to the Mun and this rocket will not crash and burn. See you guys then.